Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. Today is a super long awaited reading. I can't believe I have not done this reading yet. Like, I am this woman's, well, I'm not her biggest fan, but I'm a massive fan of this woman. To me, we are reading today for the best third of Destiny's Child, the star of Destiny's Child in my opinion, and Beehive. Just zip. We are reading for Kelly Rowland. I believe Kelly Rowland has an amazing catalogue of music. I feel like she's an amazing music artist. I hate to compare them because they are two separate people, but I just personally believe if you pit her music against Beyonce's, we are dealing with a more original, more unique, more genuine artist, personally. So, I'm so excited. If you like this reading, please do hit a lovely thumbs up. Remember, you can join our lovely community by subscribing down below. I upload psychic readings every single week. You won't want to miss them. Remember to leave your favourite Kelly Rowland song in the comments below. It's going to be a hard one. For me, I think my favourite is probably... I love Like This. I love Can't Nobody. I love Train on the Track. I love Dirty Laundry. Commander just reminds me of when I was 18 and could first start going clubbing, and yes, you can start going clubbing when you're 18 in the UK. So I love her. But yeah, leave your favourite Kelly Rowland song down in the comments below. If you'd like your own personal and private reading with me, I will be back in the office imminently. You can email me for more info at kirstieLewisreadings@outlook.com, and if you'd like to be involved with the magic that goes on outside of this channel, then you can also follow me over on Instagram at I am Kirstie Lewis. But let's get into reading for Kelly. Right, so she's got such chilled, laid back energy, Kelly does. And as I started to connect with her, one of the first things I picked up about Kelly was she's very, very popular in the industry with the other artists, singers, people in the industry, people in the entertainment industry. I'm talking producers, directors, actresses, actors, singers, artists. She's very, very popular. She's very, very liked. She's an easily likable person. She gets along with people. She likes to be nice. She's a genuinely nice person. She's got a genuinely good heart. In the past, that's meant she has had her heart broken and she has had people walk over her very easily. But as she's grown older, she's learned that that's a strength, and to still be kind, but to keep those who she knows aren't going to treat her right at an arm's length. But yeah, she's extremely popular. She's got a lot of friends in the industry, which means she knows all the tea, but she's never one to spill it. She's never going to be one to be like, well, if we aren't friends anymore, then I'm going to say this. Like, no, she has not got that agenda at all. She's really got a very calm, loving energy, and she wishes nothing but love. That's the one thing I can honestly say about this girl, is she has a very loving soul. So she lives from a place of love. So even if you did her dirty, even if you did her wrong, even if you did the worst thing to her, even if you're not friends anymore and she knows everything about you, she's taking that secret to the grave. She's not one to gossip or dramatize or tell people secrets. Because think about it, this girl knows a lot of stuff. Think about who she's friends with. She knows a lot of things, but she doesn't divulge. And it's because she respects people, she respects humans, she respects life, and she just knows. She has a knowing. She's very wise and intelligent, actually. She has a knowing that what you do comes back to you. She believes in that. She believes in karmic energy. I also believe with Kelly Rowland that she is opening up more to like spirituality. I actually came across a Instagram live that someone had put on YouTube of her speaking about how she felt her mother's presence. So she's opening up to more of that side of things, and I feel like she's indulging in yoga and indulging in meditation. And what I see happening with Kelly Rowland, and it's not intentional, she doesn't have a plan for this, but because she is going down a route of using the mind, using her inner self, living from that place of love and that place of spirituality, because she's starting to indulge in that, but also starting to share it more on her Instagram and on her platforms, unintentionally she's going to attract people who are also interested in that, and people are going to start asking her questions like, how do you meditate, what's your tips for meditation, blah 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 blah. And where that's going to lead, I see, for Kelly Rowland is a podcast. I see a podcast for Kelly Rowland because I feel like, one, she has very interesting friends who would make very interesting interviews, and two, I think she's got a lot to say. The only other thing I picked up, because I'm interested in it, is her relationship now with Beyonce and where that stands. And the feeling I got with it is they're still friends. I don't want to put the label best friends on it, because I don't feel like they are. I feel like, you know how in a family you have your sister and she's like your best friend, you're close, but then you have your best friend who's not related to you, and I feel like that's what it is. It's on a sister bond now. It's like, yeah, I'll see her and we'll talk and we'll catch up like family and we'll get together, but I don't call her in my hour of need. Do you know what I mean? I have other friends who I would call, like, if something happened or whatever. She's not the first person I pick up the phone and call to. And I feel like Beyonce is very distant. I feel like she's not really available. Anyway, that's the word that Spirit's given me to Kelly. I feel like she's unavailable. But like I said, Kelly's heart's always open. But Kelly feels warm, and Beehive just zip on this. This is what Spirit are saying. Kelly, in this relationship between the two of them, is open and feels warm, and Beyonce feels quite cold. I don't know what Beyonce's going through at the moment. Maybe I need to do another reading on her, but she feels cut off. Now, Kelly Rowland has a problem with Jay-Z. It's not something she's ever vocalised. It's not something she's ever talked about. It's not something she's ever shared with Beyonce. It's not something she's ever said, because like I said, she does not want to spread anything but love. Her heart is open. She wants to be warm to everyone. She wants to be kind to everyone. She is someone who, even if she didn't like you, she would be civil with you, because she's just not here for the hate. I guess it could be two-faced, but it's not really. It's just keeping the peace. She's someone who likes to keep the peace. And I think she liked him in the beginning and she tried to give him a chance, but I feel like over the years, because of the way he's acted and the way he's come across, I don't feel like Kelly likes his bravado, the way he shows himself, the way he acts. I don't feel like him and Kelly gel very well, and I think obviously that's Beyonce's husband. That's caused a rift in their relationship, and that's the honest truth. So I'm going to pull some cards on Kelly, see what else the cards have to say, see what else Spirit's going to say, and we'll go from there. Okay. Can nobody do it like me? Kelly Rowland. That's also an amazing song. Can nobody love you like me? Kelly Rowland. Whew. Whew. That was close. I closed my eyes for 1 second. Kelly Rowland. Okay, so Kelly Rowland. Came out for her. See, she's a real social butterfly. Kelly really loves people, and that's why I feel she's going to be put into this podcast position, because she's a real people person. She likes people. Like, this woman likes people. Like, she loves people. It's really like she gets interested by people and intrigued by them, and she likes their stories, and you know, she loves energy and she likes different types of energy. She's very like into people. Kelly Rowland. Okay, absolutely. There's a new idea that she's playing with. Kelly Rowland. Okay. Kelly Rowland. Oh, I'll take that as well. These are all cards that flipped over for her. How interesting. Yeah, I felt that. Okay. Kelly Rowland. Last two cards for Kelly. Last two cards for Kelly Spirit. Okay. Last two cards for Kelly Rowland, please, Spirit. Okay, interesting. That's really interesting, actually. The first two cards in Kelly's spread are the Page of Cups and the Star. Now, the Page of Cups is all about dreaminess, and I feel like this is very representational of her energy. She's a dreamer, she's very airy, she's intelligent, she's not like completely ditzy and not with it, but she is a dreamer, she's airy, she believes in fairy tales, she believes in love, she believes in the goodness of life, she believes in all those things, and people love her. The Page of Cups is a popular person, he's a social butterfly, loves to be invited to parties, loves to go to events, loves to dress up, go out, celebrate life. That is very much Kelly. Kelly loves the good vibes of life. She loves the goodness, and so she's all about inventing more of that. But what it's going to do is, because she mixes with so many different people and she networks with so many different people, she's constantly being given opportunities and ideas. Oh, Kelly, why don't you try this? And why don't you try that? You should give this a go. And someone is going to say to her, Kelly, why don't you give a podcast a go? And it's going to come also, like I said, from the attraction she gains from sharing her spiritual journey and her spiritual things that she's been doing. But someone is going to say to her, Kelly, why don't you give doing a podcast a go? There's other creative things in the network for her, because I feel it as I touch this card. I can feel a lot of opportunities coming up for her. Not just in music. I know there is new music coming, but there's also a lot of other opportunities coming for her as well. But a podcast is definitely there, and I feel like it would be successful, again, because she has interesting people that she can invite onto the podcast, and she's got a lot to say. But she is a socialite. I don't feel like she's always been majorly social. I feel like sometimes she's been quite shy in the past, but she's definitely a social butterfly now, and I feel like she's really missing that. While she's in lockdown and quarantine, she's missing people, especially because she's basically promoting, I think she's promoting an album right now. She wishes she could be in the studio and laughing and joking with like all of the radio stations and things that she's promoting on, but obviously she will get back out there and she will do her thing again. So Kelly's not a Queen of Swords. Kelly is not a Queen of Swords energy in the slightest. If she was any of the queens, I would say she was probably Queen of Cups, if she was going to be any Queen of Cups or Queen of Wands, but she's certainly not a Queen of Swords. So as I tapped into that energy and I was asking, well, why is that there? Because when the card doesn't represent a person, I'm like, this is representing a situation. So it's either she's going to have to battle someone, or she's defending someone, or she's leading the way. And Spirit tell me that coming up, I don't want to say it's a scandal, because I really don't feel like it is, but there's some kind of defense that Kelly's going to put up. And when I said, is this defense for herself? Spirit said no, so this is defending someone else. Kelly, I don't know if this is political or this is someone who's going to get cancelled, because you know we're all about that cancel culture now. I feel like people are going to come at someone and Kelly's going to be like, stop it. And she's really going to be like, stop doing this. Again, I feel like this is about the mind. This is about her trying to wake people up to live from a place of love, because that's really where she's coming from right now. She's like, stop being fear-based. Stop being negative. Stop fighting things with negativity. She's like, she's trying to lead a new way. The Hangman talks about a new perspective, looking at life differently, trying to approach things differently. I feel like she wants to nurture people's minds in a way where they don't just instantly attack. When something bad happens, they don't just attack the situation, where they look at it and say, how can we fight this peacefully? Or how can we look at this situation and attack it with love? Come at a place of intelligence and wisdom, rather than just going back at that thing with the same energy. She's trying to rewire people. This is about her teaching. This is about her teaching people to come from a different place. She's going to heighten the vibration of people's energy, and that's what this is. She's going to lead a new wave of something. Because, like I said, she's not a queen of swords. I don't feel like Kelly is an amazing person, but she's not a natural born leader. Like I said, she's someone she's a bit of a floater, you know. She's like, oh, I'll try this and I'll try that and I'll try this and I'll try that. But she's not really, like, you know, she hasn't got that aggressive energy. And so because that's tied to the Hangman, I feel like she wants to take people's aggression, their anger, and I feel like it is politically based around the government, the police, the systems, the social, you know. She wants to take that and be like, look, change the way you're thinking, because it's not going to work. and I feel like that is politically based. Again, she's on a real mission here. I do believe she is going to do something with a podcast where she tries to help people and teach people and enlighten people. And if it's not, no, I'm not going to say if it's not a podcast, because I do really see a podcast for her, but maybe it's some kind of program that she's going to make as well for like the youth, or youth in underprivileged areas, or something like that. She's really homing in on trying to make a change for people, because like I said, she's got a really, yeah, she's got a charitable heart. She's got a good heart, and she wants to shift people's mindsets to be like, look, you don't have to do this. You don't have to join gangs. You don't have to fight back like this. Fight back with your wisdom, with your smarts, with your intelligence. I really feel that from her. And the Ace of Cups is obviously the ultimate love card. I'm not surprised to see that in Kelly's reading whatsoever. Like, not at all. But there is a new journey coming for her in regards to love. Now, I know she's married. I don't see a divorce or anything like that. But there is a challenge coming. And I don't know whether it's in relation to her marriage, or whether she's going to follow a passion and follow like a new idea of hers, and it's going to be a struggle. There is some kind of struggle that she's about to come up against, and I see it here with the Knight of Swords, and I see it here with the Queen of Swords. There's a change that she's trying to make, and it's not going to go smoothly. It's just not. There's going to be a little bit of hiccups on the way. Now, Kelly's strong. She's strong enough to handle it. She's strong. She's going to come back at all of the negativity, the opinions, the thoughts, or whatever. She's going to fight back at them with love, because like I said right in the beginning of this reading, she is a loving soul. She doesn't fight back. She's not abusive. She's not toxic. She's not full of tension or toxicity. She's not gonna, like, if someone came at her, she wouldn't fight back. She'd be like, okay, cool, you've obviously got something going on. She's very understanding. She's emotionally intelligent. She's aware. She's wise. She would never want to hurt someone, even if they hurt her. But there is something gonna happen here where she is gonna have to defend, fight, argue for. It's coming. I don't know what it is. Spirit aren't telling me. I don't know if it's involved with her husband or if it's a creative project, but it's something that she loves. It's something that she loves. I hope it turns out and makes sense. Spirit is saying 8 months, 8 to 9 months. So maybe, where are we now? May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, I do feel that around December or January, watch out for something that happens in her camp or around her, or a friendship or something. There's something that she's going to have to defend, or that she's going to struggle with, or that she's going to have to apologise for, or that she's going to be attacked, or something's going to happen. It's nothing major. It's really nothing major. It's just a little bit of a hiccup and a struggle, and Spirit are just wanting to acknowledge it here. Okay. Drawing me to February. They're saying February. And after this, something's going to change for her. I don't want to say it's her marriage is going to fall apart, because I don't feel that, but it could be. I've just said it wasn't, but maybe it is. Maybe I'm just being a bit hopeful, because as they draw me into the beginning of next year for her, they've given the 8 of Cups and the Page of Wands. Now, the 8 of Cups is about abandoning a situation, walking away from something, having a change of heart, and the Page of Wands is like cautious progress, feeling unsturdy, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go. So I feel like either I'm gonna say it's gonna be one of 3 things. Either she's gonna lose something business wise, so she's gonna lose a deal or a contract or something. I don't want to say this. No. She will bounce back either way. They've just said it to me because I'm getting all in my feels. They're saying she will bounce back, she will come back from it, but either it's like she'll lose a deal, a contract, something like that. There's either that or there's an issue in her marriage, or what could be the third, because they're giving me a possibility of 3 things. So it's a loss of contract, a loss of her marriage, or like a devastating, not devastating, well, yeah, or a loss of someone around her. Something to do with her mental health. Something is coming around the end of this year, beginning of next year for Kelly, that's going to shift things for her. Now, I feel like after that shift happens, this may be when we see the podcast, because she's going to want to talk about it. So she's on a real, it's really weird as I look at her path is white. Now that tells me that she's on a spiritual, I mean, we're all on a spiritual divine path, but it means that my vocabulary isn't big enough to explain. She's on a white path, meaning that she's about to transition. So she's about to go through something challenging, which is going to put her on the other side of something. And when she gets on the other side of this issue, whatever it is, mental health, marriage breakdown, I don't know, spirit aren't being specific, that's when, it should really be like this, I guess, but that's when I think we'll see her come out with the podcast. So I feel like the podcast could be next year. Oh, please send love and light to Kelly. We all have to go through transition and change. It's part of life, it's part of the ebb and flow and light of life, but when you're in it, it's not easy and it's hard, and there are swords cards saying there are going to be a little bit of hiccups along her way, and maybe it's just hiccups of getting things done. Maybe we won't even see it play out in the public, but there is something she's going to have to go through, and I just hope it's as easy and as smooth as a spiritual transition can be, because spiritual transition is not easy. But please leave some love and light in the comments for Kelly below. I feel like she's spiritually wise enough and strong enough to get through it, and like I said, there is light at the end of the tunnel for her, and I do see a very successful podcast coming for her. So do just send love, send light, leave your favourite Kelly Rowland song down in the comments below. She's a positive person anyway, so she will be okay. If you enjoyed this reading, please do hit a lovely thumbs up. Remember, you can subscribe down below to join our lovely community for psychic readings like this every single week. If you'd like to be involved in the magic and the spirituality that goes on outside of this channel, then you can just follow me over on Instagram at @IamKirstie_Lewis. And if you'd like your own personal and private reading with me, you can email me for more info at KirstieLewisReadings@outlook.com. Thank you so much for being with me, lovelies. Thank you for spreading the love, sending the love, and I will see you soon for another reading. Bye!